Fire when ready.
All right. Hello, my name is Ted Hayes. I'm a founder of Pythia Cyber, and I am in charge of behavioral cybersecurity. And with me today is Brendan Hemingway.
Hi, I'm Brendan Hemingway. I'm also a founder of Pythia Cyber, and I'm in charge of IT and IT infrastructure aspects of implementing cybersecurity.
All right. So, Brendan, please tell us a little bit about Pythia and what we'd like you to know about working with us.
Yes, I'm so happy to do this because much like getting your teeth cleaned, people always get tense when they talk to us. So the first thing I would always wish people would know is that we're not inquisitors. Our goal is to make you more comfortable with cybersecurity, not to make you less comfortable with it. We're not here to criticize your current cybersecurity posture or lack thereof, and we're not there to make you feel bad. We're there to help you get started on something that you know you have to do, but you might not know how to do it.
Okay. And how difficult is it to get to the point where someone is on the road to cybersecurity?
Well, we're a big believer in one size does not fit all. Our motto is start where you are and do what you can. So it's not hard at all if your goals are reasonable. We're obviously never going to go to a small company that's never done cybersecurity before and say, we need to build you a full cybersecurity program that would stand up to government scrutiny. We're just going to say to you, what do you feel your risks are? And how much time and energy and money can you spend in addressing those risks?
So, when you use the term cybersecurity, Uh, it makes me think about antivirus software and malware protection. Am I thinking about this wrong?
Well, no, you're thinking about it in the way most people have been trained to think about it. To be super nerdly, for us, cybersecurity is very simply maximizing authorized access to your systems and data and minimizing unauthorized access to your systems and data. And what that ends up meaning is making sure that your systems are up and available to the people you want to use them and trying to stop people who aren't the people you want to use them from using them. And yes, that usually means uh, virus, antivirus software protection for viruses, concern about ransomware. But since your systems don't care about the motivations of the people who brought them down, we also include power outages, floods, anything that gets between you and having your vital computer systems help you do your business.
So, cybersecurity seems like something that I would do if I were trying to have as much uptime as possible to serve my customers.
Well, yeah, we find that there are three reasons to do it. One of them is to prevent exposing information that you have custody of, but that might not be yours. So you don't want to hurt your business partners or clients. Another reason is uptime as an operational matter, that your systems are available to you when you need them. And the final reason for doing it is reputational. You do not want to be the people who have to say to your customers and your business partners, whoops, we got hit, and it was something we could have prevented, but we didn't.
Right. So, isn't this something that my IT people should be doing? I mean, what about my outsourced IT?
Well, those are two very reasonable, very common positions. So to take the first question, is cybersecurity an IT function? First, if you have an internal IT group, it's certainly possible to make cybersecurity their problem because it mostly involves computer systems, so there's a fair bit of human behavior in there. And it mostly involves things that most of us don't have a lot of experience with: data backup, power backup. But there's a reason to not make it just an IT function. And that reason is that when things go wrong, it usually takes person power more than IT has, money more than IT has, and authority more than IT has. And figuring out the best way to fix a problem is best done before you have that problem, what we call the hair on fire scenario. So if you make cybersecurity and therefore recovering from cyber problems an IT function, you're having to either tell them, we're just going to give you whatever money you need and whatever people you need and whatever time you need, which you can do. Or if you don't want to give up that kind of management control, you need to have conversations beforehand outside of IT saying, here's what we calmly understand you're going to need, and so we'll give it to you. Like I say, you don't have to do that. You can wing it in a crisis. Just a lot of people would wish that they didn't. And just as a side note, it's very tempting to say the whole outsourced IT thing is something we hear a lot. Well, I don't do my own IT, so I don't have to worry about it. You don't have to worry about it as a technical matter, but if you contract with services, we would say that as a part of a management team of even a small organization, you really should have some idea of what you're paying for and then whether you're getting it or not. And for us, for outsourced IT, cybersecurity is that simple. Make a list of what it is that you expect to get, and then ask your provider to prove that you're getting it. And it doesn't have to be a 40-minute lecture on what the nature of ransomware is, but it does have to be something where you say, as you would for any other service, what am I getting in theory and what am I getting in practice?
Wow. So isn't this something I'd have to get a large company to come on in and do? Because it sounds like there's just a lot of busy work. Like a lot of people need to do a lot of things, and it's going to require months and months and significant numbers of consultants. And I don't know if I'm at the scale for that, or if I want to get into that sort of thing. What would you say in that case?
Well, we definitely have those conversations with clients, what we call the three ways. If you're big enough, you call a big consulting firm, and they do, in fact, provide you with an army of people who swarm all over your organization and take notes and take responsibility. And the good news is you don't have to worry about it. And the bad news is you often are not in charge of your destiny there. And the ultimate big deal is creating a cybersecurity group, hiring a chief information security officer, and leaving it to them. But we really feel there's a vast underserved market, what we call the third way. You're either too small or too new to do this, and you need to do something, but it needs to fit your organization. So our mantra there is minimum organizational change. You've got to figure out a couple things that people have to do, and it has to be somebody's job, but you do not have to spend a year and a quarter of your revenue in order to build a giant cybersecurity program to be better off than you are. Because as we like to say, we're about elevating your cybersecurity. And we don't want to let the perfect be the enemy of the good. Be better today than you were yesterday, and be better tomorrow than you were today.
So I'd like to follow up on something you just said there, which for a smaller or a new company to this sort of thing, is this cybersecurity effort that you're talking about going to scale up when the company scales up, or are we going to outgrow it and just going to have to start from scratch again?
That's also an excellent question. And the answer is it will scale up because we've designed it from the ground up to be that way. Our ultimate goal for the biggest, most sophisticated customers is a self-sustaining, provable cybersecurity program that meets the NIST CSF standards, the National Institute of Standards and Technology cybersecurity framework. It's something that you either will know exactly what I mean immediately, or you have no idea. And if you have no idea, that's fine. But we realize that to get there, you have to start somewhere. So we always have that goal vaguely in mind, but we're also perfectly fine with saying to a small company, every quarter you need to ask your outsourced IT people 3 questions so they can prove that they're backing up your data, that they're protecting your machines, and that they're watching your network. And yes, that's a very small step, but it's an important step and it's meaningful. And we don't feel that we should ignore everybody who's not ready to go get help hiring a CISO.
Right. Well, thank you very much. I'm sure I'll have more questions.
Yeah, thank you. I'm looking forward to it.
All right.
All right.